Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer should be a real treat. Odell Brewing does some really tasty stuff. I think I have had one of their beers once before, but it's been a while back, and I'm pretty sure it was not this one. I would have remembered it if it was. Being a hophead, I'm pretty sure I didn't review this one. Nate sent this one down to me, along with a bunch of other beers in a big beer mail box that he sent me. Nate, thanks again, brother, for sending all those beers. I know you were concerned about those Santa Fe beers not having dates and stuff on them, and actually that one being malty. But brother, don't sweat that. You cannot control what breweries do, whether they date their stuff or do not. I enjoy trying new stuff. It was a pleasure to review them, and I do appreciate you sending them, brother. All right, this is Odell's Brewing India Pale Ale IPA. Let me get my specs on so I can read what's on the bottle here, guys. Ready to buck convention, we took the traditional IPA originally shipped from England to India in the 1700s and made a bolder and more flavorful American style. We've added new varieties of high aromatic American hops to create a distinctive bitterness profile and an incredible hop character. Hop on, hold on tight, and enjoy the ride. Odell Brewing. And right on this side of the label, it says please refrigerate, and which is a good thing for all your IPAs. A lot of stores you'll see all these IPAs sitting around on the shelves and the floor still stacked up and stuff, but your hops will survive a lot better when these beers are refrigerated from bottling. Once it's in the bottle or the can, if they could refrigerate it, sort of like what Coors does with their beers. The cans, they're supposed to turn blue or are blue when it's cold and chilled. All your IPAs should be chilled as soon as possible. Here, right here, it has a date on the side of the bottle, 5/14/14. So since we're still in April and we haven't got to May 14th yet, I assume that's the best by date, not the bottling date, since that date has not come. Common sense, huh? Alright guys, we're still within the specs on this. I don't know what they consider their shelf life to be when this beer was put in the bottle, whether it's a 3-month shelf life, 4, 5, 6 month. Different brewers say their beers will last different lengths. So, but we're still within the guidelines here on as far as what's on the side of the bottle. So, Nate, thanks again for sending those beers down to me. I do appreciate it, sir. All right, let's get on with this one. This is Odell's IPA, a 7%er. Commercial description is exactly the same stuff I read off the side of the bottle. Doesn't have the IBUs listed here. Let's see if we have them there. No, it's not listed there either. So, I don't guess there's anything else we need to talk about. Let's go on to the food pairings. Food pairings for this beer, the cuisine is curried Thai, your typical IPA pairings, guys. Cheese, peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar, your more pungent cheeses, gorgonzola, limburger. And the meat is poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. And I will add grilled meat to that. And when it says cuisine curried in the Thai, that doesn't mean that's all. I mean, my gosh, guys, it's just a suggestion. I mean, if you want pizza with your beer, or if you want tacos with your beer, if you want spaghetti, I mean, it really doesn't matter. If you like enjoying your IPA with a certain food, do it. I mean, if you want IPAs with your ice cream, by golly, do it. Glassware, pint, becker, the nonic, the tumbler, the mug, the stein, the sidedale. I got the pint glass today, guys. Not recommended for extended cellaring. Even though it's a 7%er, you will lose the hoppy freshness of your beer if you cellar it very long. They will fade, guys. All right, into the glass we go. Let's see if we can get us a little bit of head here. We'll go down the center for the final end of the bottle. Oh yeah, look at that. It's coming alive. Alright guys. Not quite, almost 2 fingers of head. Depends on how fat your fingers are. Over into the light. It's got a slight chill haze on it, but I can see the bulb through there. A lot of bubbles streaming up. Looks like it's pretty well carbonated, judging by the head that it produced there. Let's get a nose on it. Yes, the hops are not as pungent as I was expecting them to be, but it does have a substantial hop presence. Very citrusy. Maybe like there's some lemon zest or orange zest in there. Very floral. It's not your West Coast IPA, and I did not tell y'all where these guys are from. They're out of Fort Collins, Colorado, but they're pretty close to the West Coast out there. Smells pretty good. It's not that piney or Stone 420 in your face kind of hop presence, though. But it does smell rather hoppy. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nate. That's a well-balanced beer. 7% alcohol. Not getting any alcohol whatsoever. The hops aren't overpowering the malt, and the malt is not overpowering the hops. That's a well-balanced beer. Now, if you're looking for that super pungent grapefruit pine in your face, this is not it. But this is a nice balanced IPA. The hops aren't overpowering and the malts aren't overpowering, so they're working well together in this beer. All you serious hop heads may not appreciate this beer. I am considering myself a serious hop head, but I judge the beer for what it is. A lot of times, and I like that in your face hop punginess, but you can't always judge the beers by having that. I mean, some beers are more balanced than other beers, and when you get that hop in your face, a lot of times it isn't balanced. The hops are overpowering everything else. Not that I don't like that, but you can't always judge the style of beer by that. A lot of your English style IPAs are not like that at all because they use the European hops, the Tettnang and the Saaz and the Kent Goldings and stuff like that, which doesn't have that super pungent aroma. Very tasty. Very tasty. This is more of an East Coast style to me than a West Coast style, where it doesn't have all that super piney, grapefruity, pineapple-y taste. It's not bitter at all. I would think the IBUs are fairly lower than what your typical IPAs. Most of them are 70 and up. I would think this may be in the 50 and 60 range. Very easy drinking for a 7%er. Very well made beer, guys. So it's 40 degrees. Let's see if the hop profile intensifies a little bit and see what we end up with. And let her take a drink or two out of it, see what she thinks of it. And I'll come back and do the final chug on this one. I like this one. It's not, I don't know, I've said this already a couple times. It's not the super in your face kind of IPA. It's not. So if you're expecting that, you may be disappointed. But it is a well-made, balanced beer. The malt profile and the hop profile, neither one's overpowering the other. So stick around. I'll be right back. We'll do that final chug. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. Awesome lacing on this beer. Look at the glass here. I mean, just about every drink it's leaving a nice lacing. Very balanced beer. The hops are not over pungent, and the malt is not overpowering. very balanced. Nice hop profile. It's definitely, to me, not your typical West Coast style where everything is just in your face, hoppy, hoppy, hoppy. And it's not overly malty. It's a nice balanced IPA. If you're not a big hop fan, you may be able to drink a beer like this because it's so balanced. So let's do the final chug on this one. Very nice. Very pleasant. Definitely, I've already said this probably 10 times, but a nice balanced IPA. It's not a weak IPA or a watered down IPA. And it's got the date on the bottle, but it's got, it actually doesn't say, it just has that date on there. And you know, being in April and it's got a May date on it, I'm sure that's an enjoy by date. So I really don't know when it was put in the bottle. My personal preference would rather see a bottling date rather than an enjoy by date. Because like I said, some of these breweries have different shelf lives that they put on their beers, whether it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. And you don't really know how fresh it is unless you spend the time to go to the website and find out, you know, when it was produced and stuff. And this is considered, I don't think it says year-round on this. Let me see. Yes, it is. It says availability year-round on this one. So they brew this one all the time. So I don't know if they're going to tell you when this particular batch was actually bottled. They may. But I'd rather see that date rather than an enjoy by date. I'd like to know how long it's actually been in the bottle. But it was a very tasty beer. Nate, thanks for sending this one. I definitely think it's an A beer. I'm going to give it, I'm torn between an 8 and a 9 on this one, guys. Being a super hop head, I like it just a little more pungent than that, but I do think this is a well-made beer and a very balanced beer. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and step up since it's got a date on the bottle and give them the 9 on this one. It's very tasty, but it's not the in-your-face like a Stone Enjoy By or a Pliny or a Heady Topper or those really pungent in-your-face type of IPAs, guys. So if you're transitioning from a pale and you want to get into the IPAs, this may be a very good one to try if you can get your hands on one of these guys. All right, let's go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 95 world class. So I would agree with that. I would agree with that number 100%. It is definitely a 90s beer. If I was to put a grade on this, it would be between a 95 and a 98. It was enjoyable. It really, really was. I did enjoy this beer. Let's go over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 98 overall and 98 in the style. Pretty impressive numbers there on both categories. It is an enjoyable beer. I would probably pick up more Odell beers if they were available here in Virginia. I don't know what the cost of this beer was, whether Nate picked it up as a single or in a 6-pack. I wouldn't think this would be a 4-pack offering. I would think it'd probably be a 6-pack offering. So you might want to put those comments in there, Nate, what this beer costs. Very tasty, very enjoyable. I did enjoy it, sir. I do appreciate you sending those beers to me. I always enjoy trying different beers, whether they're good or bad. I still enjoy trying them, saying, "Oh yeah, I've had that," or "I've had a fresh one," or "Yeah, they do date their stuff," or you know, I mean, it's nice to have that and taste it and see it and read about it and usually when I do the reviews, I will check out some of the other reviews of what other people are thinking about it, and it has some good marks on it. So it's definitely a decent beer, definitely worth trying and picking up. Just remember, it's not that in-your-face kind of IPA. It's a balanced IPA where the hop profile is not overpowering the malt and the malt is not overpowering the hop. So that's what I got to say about this one, guys. If you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. I did like it. Hit that like button while we're liking everything. Rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.